Hey, check up. Let's play some D.
Welcome to episode 37 of Play Some D, that weekly installment of all of the goodies. All. No, it's not all. It's just four topics. Break them up in four quarters. And sometimes, lucky enough to get some overtime. But this week is four topics for sure. We're going straight four quarters, and it's gonna be, in my opinion, all the goodies in the four topics. Um, I'm gonna talk about Insecure and the TV show HBO Issa Rae's show wrapped up a couple weeks back. I wanted to get it into episode 36, didn't get it in, so super late, but I think it's still relevant because the overall body of the show was really good, and I want to talk about it before it gets. I guess it's never too late, but before it gets too late. So that'll be one of the quarters this week. We got obviously NFL playoffs. Just super exciting week 18. I have a little caveat with the records, which I'll just touch on now. I think the NFL records and week 18, because everybody else been playing 16 games, now everybody playing 17 games. That one extra game, I think, they have to do something with the records and stating how they were achieved. You know, if they were achieved in week 6 or game 16 or game 17. I think that's just fair for the integrity of the game, in my opinion. But I'm gonna be basically predicting the playoffs all the way through to the Super Bowl, to the Super Bowl winner. Doing that today. We'll also talk about the Weeknd's album. It's I won't even say anything. That'll be fourth quarter, so buckle your seatbelts in. That's fourth quarter, and I'm talking about Dexter, New Blood. So this will be the first week I do two TV shows, but they're two solid TV shows that wrapped up. And then shout out to Euphoria. Euphoria's out, so Issa goes off, Zendaya comes on. It's HBO's got it rocking, but I'll talk about Insecure. I'll talk about Dexter. Dawn FM. As always, if you don't mind, smash that sub button, hit that like button, post notifications, turn on them noties squad. Um, yeah, I'm gonna jump right into this baby. We gotta get this. Oh, we gotta get the joints up first. You know what I'm saying? Like first, yeah, you know, what I'm saying. Um, yeah. So let's get back. Let's tip this baby off. Let's let's uh let's tip her off with the NFL playoffs. That's the first on the agenda, to be honest. So let's see here. Black Owl. So I couldn't find an interactive. I didn't look hard enough, but I couldn't find an interactive bracket. So this is what you get. Let me see if I can. Zoom Daddy? No. Oh, nope. That's supposed to be it, but that ain't it. All right. Actually, I could just do it like this. I just zoom, but I didn't even like. Come on, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. All right, that's better. Oh, look at that ad. Hydrate your skin with some Vaseline. All right. So Packers and Titans get the buys. Titans. It had to beat the Texans. Colts lost to the Jags. But let's not talk about the what ifs. We got some great games. The Niners got in on the last play. and the Raiders got in on the last play, and the Chargers didn't get in. That was pretty crazy exciting. So overall, the NFC is stronger. I would say the NFC is definitely stronger than the AFC. Um, the Packers and Titans will play the worst seeded team. So before NFL did something crazy where just whatever the bracket lined up as, you played that team, but you got to reseed, and they end up doing that, and that's what's going to happen here. So I'll start on the AFC side. I think, unless something crazy happens, it is a I think I saw last night on ESPN, it's a 13-point spread, which I think is probably too much, because even if the even if the Chiefs are up big at the end, I think Ben Roethlisberger is going to be, he's going to be throwing that baby. So I think there may be some late cover possibly, whether it's, I don't know, a push or 10. I think it'll be a late cover. So I think that 13 is high, but the Chiefs will win. So I automatically puts the Chiefs down here. It puts the Chiefs on this side of the bracket. And then the Bills Patriots. This is the one I just don't know. Bills are home, but I think the Patriots, I think Belichick just will have enough to squeak it out. I think the Patriots will actually win, and that will put them in here against the Titans, which will be really, really, really crazy, because if the Bills win, they will play the Chiefs automatically. It'll be Chiefs and Bills if the Bills win. But I'm gonna take the Patriots to win that game, and then I take the Bengals. I like the Bengals, even though the Raiders, if they could just bottle up if they could just mess with Burrow's timing and get those receivers off beat, I think they'll have a shot. But I think the Bengals and Chiefs game, I think, will be really, really good. I think the Chiefs, I want to say, maybe not. Well, yeah, I think they did lose to them. I'm not totally. I feel like they lost to the Bengals, and that's the reason why they're not the 1 seed, but I might just be tripping. But anyway, I think the Bengals will win that game. It'll be Bengals versus Chiefs in Arrowhead. And I think the Titans will beat the Patriots, especially if they get Derrick Henry back. Julio get a week of rest. All the guys on the Titans will get a week of rest, which I think will be big. And I think they're just too much for the Patriots, to be honest. So you'll have the Titans and the Chiefs and Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals did beat the Chiefs. That was that high scoring game just a couple of weeks ago. Jamar Chase. I'm tripping. Jamar Chase went crazy. Yeah. Chiefs it'll be at home in the Chiefs Stadium. I think the Chiefs will win. Chiefs and Titans. Give me the Chiefs. All right. Well, now here is where it gets interesting. So I think the Bucks are favored by like 9 or something crazy like that. I think the Bucks smash the Eagles. I mean, the Bucks will, unless Jalen Hurts just goes just Superman on them. It's Bucks easy. So once again, Bucks pop down here. Cowboys and 49ers. I do have a really tricky feeling that the Cowboys beat. I mean, that the Niners beat the Cowboys is super possible, but I just think the Cowboys win. I kind of think it's the Cowboys. I'm feeling the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys' chances this year, but they did lose Gallup, right? They lost Gallup. I still think I think they beat the 49ers. And then the Rams and Cardinals would be super duper interesting. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the Cardinals win this game. Don't know how. They don't have Hop. Or maybe, I don't think Hopkins comes back. Well, Rams are home. Let me take that back. I want to go out on a limb, but I just don't think they can win without Hopkins. I just don't think they can win without Hopkins, to be honest. I just don't think they can. I don't think they will. I think they can. I just don't think they will. Rephrase that. So, Cowboys versus Bucks which was a rematch from week 1, I'm pretty sure. Cowboys, Bucks, Rams, Packers, just bangers compared to Titans, Patriots, and Chiefs and Bengals is a really solid game. Packers versus Rams. I have the Rams. I mean, I have the Packers just. I don't even know. I kind of have them choking again for sure. I don't think they go to the playoffs, even though I did think the State Farm Championship was last year. Rodgers and Mahomes. It didn't happen. I'm gonna say Cowboys over Bucks. I think the Cowboys will beat the Bucks. I just don't think the Bucks have enough at the wideout position to get it done. I just don't. I don't think the Bucks have enough to beat the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys win and go to the NFC Championship. Packers and Rams. I think the Packers beat the Cowboys. It's all about matchups too. I think the Packers would beat the Cowboys to go into the Super Bowl. But I think the Rams beat the Packers, and then I think the Cowboys beat the Rams. And then we get a Rams versus Chiefs Super Bowl. Rams versus Chiefs Super Bowl. Cowboys versus, I'm going to say the Rams beat the Packers. So it's Rams, Cowboys. I think the Cowboys beat the Rams in Dallas, the NFC Championship. And it's Cowboys, Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Touchdown like 6. 6, baby. 6. So, yeah, we got Titans, Pats, Chiefs, Bengals, Chiefs, Titans, Chiefs. Packers are going to play the Rams. The Bucks are going to play the Cowboys. But Cowboys are going to beat the Bucks. Rams are going to beat the Packers. Cowboys are going to beat the Rams. Chiefs. I keep saying that. I keep saying that for a reason, right? Maybe it's going to be Chiefs, Cowboys, Chiefs. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Second quarter. Time for the second quarter. Second quarter is Insecure. Very, very solid show since 2016 about mostly about black women, awkward black girl. It's one of my biggest gripes about the show and the season was just the unnecessary awkwardness that was all too much. I think that awkwardness was overstated in here. I just don't think it happens that much, but it made for good TV. I cannot lie. But I'm specifically talking about the fifth season here. I just thought it was bad. I thought it was tons of wasted episodes, with the finale being, I think, 2 years worth of stuff. They put 2 years worth of stuff in one episode, which I thought was like a bit of like cheating. I thought they like cheated us out of, yeah, I don't know. That's just how I felt. I felt like just everything kind of got jumbled into one episode, wrapped it all up in a bow, and gave people what they wanted, which I don't necessarily mind giving people what they wanted, but just how it was done. I think that final episode could have been half of the season ish, or 3 or 4 episodes just building up to what then came. And yeah, I'm sure people, and the reason why you wrap it up with that, because that's all good stuff. 'Cause people want drama. Drama sells. The fights and the back and forth. That's what people want to see. People want the drama. When there's no drama and everything's going right, it's boring. So I get that. But they could have. I mean, everything. Everything's not perfect. They could have threw some monkey wrenches in there that then got us across the finish line. But there was a whole episode where they lose a dog. They spent the whole episode about Molly's mom getting sick, and then she gets literally like 5 seconds in the finale that she actually passes away. It was just a weird old season to me. It says season 5 has 100% based on 19 reviews. That's on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know. I was trying to see the season 5 episodes. Everything ended with a question mark. Okay. The Nathan thing. I'm just trying to think what else. Oh yeah, they spent the whole episode at Stanford for the 10-year reunion where they get robbed. I mean, she talks about her feelings with the block and her company, but the episode basically boils down to having some giggles, laughs, and they get robbed. And you never really figured out how her and Molly sold things back up by just being solid friends. That's essentially what happened. They didn't really talk it out. They just fixed it. So it was like the rift that was created in the previous seasons just sews itself back together, which I thought which could have been episodes. And in all fairness, Issa's just hot and not hot as in, I mean, she's pretty, but just her skill set is on fire right now. She's doing her thing. People want to see her and support her and help her, and I totally agree with all that. But I just thought it she kind of could have did anything, and I kind of felt like that's what happened. It was just a little bit of anything that worked, that pushed the drama angles and got people talking on Twitter and everywhere else. But overall, I just think it was not good. But the ending with Molly finding her person and Issa ending up with Lawrence, I think it's good for the makeup of the show. It was mainly for women, for Black women, and to see those relationships come together, and then with the biggest relationship being that friendship relationship between the 4 group of friends, and then mainly with Molly and Issa. Basically, Molly and Issa got married. They got their stuff back together because their relationship was the most important relationship. There was some interviews where Issa talked about a couple different alternate endings that I would have just loved. I think she spoke about one where this series would have ended with somebody calling her from the other room, but you didn't know if it was Nathan or Lawrence. That would have been super cool to me. But her getting engaged to Lawrence, not talking about it, but you just seeing the ring and them being together was just, it kind of put a smile on everybody's face. So the happiness of it, yes, but as far as the intrigue and the depth of the season compared to the others, it was not it. But shout out to her. It probably would have been cooler and probably more lucrative to maybe movie it. Like I said, a lot of these episodes just didn't need it. It could have been an hour 45 movie with a couple ups and downs, jumps arounds, and probably could have been bomb, kind of like Entourage did or something like that. She probably could have movied it, but she probably didn't want to, so that's totally fair. But yeah, Insecure season 5 it's over. It's a wrap. I I kind of posted on a couple different forums is that I'm just happy it's over. I don't know, but it's over. So yeah, halftime as always is just me. I could do a little cabbage, but that's about it, man. We gon' for the first time, and I'm surprised I haven't done this more often. I 2 TV shows. I don't watch that much TV. In all fairness, I just don't. But I feel like when I watch TV, I watch some good shows, but sometimes they aren't good to me, and I don't want to be the one ranting about what I didn't like on YouTube. It just seems just counterintuitive. I'm not a negative person. I like to talk about the ones that kind of I think captivate more people. Maybe not just me. Maybe I may think a show's dope or bad, and it's not. It doesn't reach that level to even got 4 topics here. Got to make the best of them. So it's Dexter New Blood, and I'm huge fan of Dexter. People ask me for my top TV shows. I'd probably throw Dexter in it. And now with New Blood, I feel like this wraps up Dexter as it should have been wrapped up. This season of Dexter was probably one of the best. It was good from start to finish. The ending, we'll never come to, nobody will ever like the endings. But I think in the original series with him riding a boat into the hurricane, he was killing himself, where that should have never been the case. Like, Dexter can't be in control of every instance of him living or dying. Somebody has to take control of that, and that's what happens here in this finale, which is what I think most people probably appreciate about it. I know I did. I thought I thought he was gonna go to jail, and I thought he was gonna be able to mentor Harrison from jail, and it looked like we were headed down that road, and it went left. Spoiler alert: Harrison kills him, which is how he did it. It could have been sinister. It could have been disrespectful. It could have been sneaky. It could have been a setup, but it was honorable. Dexter called for it. Harrison was going to do it. Dexter did break the code that he explained to Harrison to get out, to get loose. The chief finding out all the necessary information. I know a lot of people talked about that information would have never held up in court. Probably wouldn't have, but they would have tried to, to pin him real good. Also, seeing Dexter get in fights in prison or manipulate people in prison. I think there was a lot of angles that it could have went if Dexter went in prison, and how he could have operated his, helping Harrison and others in prison and kind of doing some real sinister stuff in prison. I think could have been cool storylines, but overall, seeing Deb, seeing Batista, everybody fit in so well, and then Kirk Caldwell, who was the main bad guy in here, he was excellent. I think everybody's excellent. I think the character that plays Harrison is excellent. It's just he didn't learn enough to carry a new season or a show. In my opinion, he would be learning on the fly, which would be unrealistic in the Dexter universe, the Dexter world, how Dexter has been created. And just to have Harrison out there being a vigilante and not even knowing how to be a vigilante, it wouldn't work. Obviously, just how he got Dexter caught him. Dexter caught him when he slashed, I think it was Ethan's leg. He would have got caught, or he will get caught if the series continues. And then the other, the police characters and just the town and And I think the biggest and coolest, it sounds sick, but the coolest part of this this season was Kurt's trophies. Don't think we've ever, or I've never seen, I'm sure there's shows out there that's got something as sick and wild as this, but his trophies were encapsulated. He harnessed their bodies. They didn't decompose. He put them in. They didn't even explain what they were. I'm sure you could Google it and find out what it is. They probably just didn't do it because giving people that know-how of whatever weird situation that was, he kept them alive but dead, and you can see them clearly in a trophy case, and that was sick and excellent all in one as far as a TV show goes. So they just did a excellent job. Dexter was rebranded as Jim Lindsay. It didn't have to go the way it did, but the first kill, Dexter was, at some point you do snap, which makes sense. I think he went 10 years without killing. He found out this kid was doing wild stuff, killed some people, then he killed a deer that he just didn't give two cares about. Dexter felt like he had to do something about it. And that's how it all started to spiral. And Harrison shows up. And it's just a cool show. It's just a cool way of how they did Dexter. Now, I know the showrunner talks about plans for more. And I don't even know what it would be, what it would include. But without Dexter, without Michael C. Hall, and maybe he would still be there. I would imagine he would still he would be the ghost. I think he would talk to him. That would be the way, that would be the obvious way it would work, is that he would pop up in his head like Deb did and how Harry did. And I think I would be okay with that. I probably wouldn't watch, though. I mean, I'd probably get a first episode to watch, but just without Dexter, I just think it doesn't, Dexter in some capacity, it doesn't really work. That's why I kind of, in my selfish mindset, is that I need Dexter to be alive in some capacity, so he would go to jail, Harrison would carry on, and he could obviously help Harrison from jail for sure. And I think that's a little less hands off. Harrison would make his mistakes. He would check in with Dexter. Blase. Dexter could have, he had money. He could have got a cell phone, and you know how they do in the movies, TV shows. So Dexter New Blood was excellent. Just way better than I expected. I thought it would be kind of just a wrap it up, but they did more than just a wrap it up. They did a full on great plot, great story, great characters, great acting, and I appreciate that, man. Dexter New Blood was super solid with a not a slam dunk ending. I just don't think it's as they missed the ball the first time around. You just really can't, it's kind of like a slam dunk contest. If you miss the first dunk, you could try to do it again, but it just isn't good as if you would have executed it the first time. So that's probably the best way to, Dexter New Blood. Quarter number 4, put our foes up. The Weeknd gave us some goodies on Friday. Was that Friday? That was Friday. He did an event on Twitch, Amazon Prime, Twitch, whatever. And it was good. I think that's a smart way, and I think maybe Kanye kind of was aiming towards this, but in more of a look at me type of way, which I just don't like. I think this was just a come listen to the premiere of my album, and watch it where everybody can see it. You don't got to pay for it. You want to buy some merch, you want to buy the album, you want to pre-order, but just rock out with me and chill and listen. And I thought that was super dope. And listening to it, watching him perform, I thought it was all I mean, not perfect. I sound so sentimental, but I just seemed like it was just the right thing and the right way to do it. So this is his 5th studio album. It is called Dawn FM. They play it as if it's a radio station, and it plays like it's a radio station. Like if you were listening to something on Sirius FM or something like that, you obviously no commercials. He released this through EXO and Republic Records. Jim Carrey's on it, vocals, or he does a narration on I think the outro. Tyler Creator, Lil Wayne, spoken word. Quincy Jones is on here, and Josh Safdie. The producers, they range, and I think that helps everything. The Weeknd describes the album concept as a state of purgatory, a journey towards a light at the end of a tunnel, serving as a follow-up to his After Hours. It's upbeat, dance, pop, synth. So that's, to me, what it does feel like the light in the tunnel. But in the midst of that is that it, to me, encapsulate all of him. And I think that's that light at the end of the tunnel, is that when you go through the tunnel, you know, you obviously enter it. It may be light, it may be dark, whatever. You may be doing a great job throughout the tunnel, and that's the ride of these albums, from the beginning through the first couple of. Let me see. So technically, you know, his studio album, his Kiss Land, Beauty Behind the Madness, Starboy, After Hours, but it starts with the early projects, the studio, it starts with they couldn't come to me, but I found them. It starts with the House of Balloons, Thursday, Echoes of Silence. That is that's his foundation. That's the Weeknd's foundation. That's where people, in most instances, the core that built him, that's where it comes from. House of Balloon, Thursday, Echoes of Silence. That was the first 3 mixtapes. That was before, that's before we get, the Echoes, or I'm sorry, it's before you get the Kiss Land, Beauty Behind the Madness. And, then Starboy, obviously Starboy is the catapult. But that's the next level of him. But as you ride through the tunnel and you hear these sounds, and I've listened to him since House of Balloons, in a lot of his albums, he gets dark, he gets light, he goes, in some cases, all over the place. But in this, I feel like everything's wrapped up. I think he corrals everything into the best of the best. That's what I think. That's personally what I get out of this. The best of him, the most positive he can pull out of himself, and the least negative he can pull out of himself. And then he conjured it up in a ball and gave us this sound, because there's still some darkness in here, but it's still some upbeat dance stuff. It's that chill, laid back feeling, but then it'll, pop you upside the head with something cool. It's that Michael Jackson synths with a little bit of Prince, and then with some downer stuff, with some. It's a lot of different everything. And let me see. So he mentions that he cites Michael Jackson, Prince, R. Kelly as his main musical inspirations, and there's a couple songs where he repeats a bunch of different lines over and over again, as Mike did. It's some parts. I think the guitar on Less Than Zero or something like that, or there's a couple different where the instruments where you hear some Prince, like that inspiration. R. Kelly I don't really hear too much, but I guess maybe the hip hop, because the hip hop is still in there. It's in the deep bottom. It's way down there, but it's there, and that may be the R. Kelly inspiration. But I think this is his easily his best album. I don't know. I need to sit with it some more to be fair. I mean, House of Balloons, Thursday. Thursday has really really good songs, but like all of them aren't good. And then Echoes of Silence, I thought was really good too. That and House of Balloons, you can kind of almost play through. This has this has what? How many tracks? This has a lot of tracks on it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I think it's 19, 16. So I guess it kind of. I think House of Balloons only had like 9 or 10. So this might be his best piece of work. I just think it's really really good. He gives a lot of different stuff, but it's not just uh, demonic, and I keep using the word downer feeling because that's what you get. Like he doesn't have that downer drug, that sound. It's really going. It's going, but it still has those moments, those lyrics that represent how he feels in a negative fashion. But everything stays on a radio, a comfortable drive to me, listen to me, hang out to me, cook, hang out with the friends and family type of thing sound in it. So that's what I like. Now, best songs, I mean, I like just about everything. I think it's probably one skipper, maybe two skippers on here. The Phantom Regret with Jim Carrey is just vocals. The Tell by Quincy is just vocals. The Dawn FM is just vocals. So it's technically, I think, 13 songs. I think the Tyler the Creator song. The song with Tyler the Creator, I think, is the song, if I remember correctly. I listened to it twice full and then a shuffle through. I enjoy the sound so much that I would actually have to keep hitting my phone to see what song was on, just to see what am I listening to, and just trying to keep up. I didn't lock in and sit with it with my headphones or in the gym, which I will do. But Lil Wayne's verse pretty much sucked, but that is a good song. Don't Break My Heart. It's probably one of my favorites. Best Friends, one of my favorites. Out of Time. How Do I Make You Love Me? Gasoline, I think is probably my skipper. Everything else, I love it. So the producers go from Max Martin, The Weeknd produced. I don't know what one was his name. Oh, David Lopatin. His recording alias is OPN. Oh, it's OPN. Oh, this is OPN. I didn't even know who OPN was. Okay, so it's the first time knowing who OPN is. Oscar Holter, Calvin Harris, and that Swedish House Mafia. That's that sound that I like. I like them cats. So, yeah, The Weeknd, Dawn FM. Definitely we're only 10 days in. So, definitely the best album of the year. Well, at least that I listen to. I'm just not listening to music as much as I would like to. I'm not getting as many albums as I was like when I was reviewing music. Just not able to get all that in with work and life and all that good stuff. So it's episode 37. This was a dandy for me. All this stuff I enjoy. I mean, I'm a music head. I love good TV. I don't watch that much TV. I try to stick to like 3 shows a season. Try not to do more than that, just because you just start to get consumed with television, and I just don't think I don't want to be in that space. And then NFL, I watch a lot of sports, as you may already know. I watch basketball, football, baseball stinks. Not a baseball fan, but football, basketball, and just sports in general. I do stay up on baseball. I do stay up on hockey. Pay attention to golf, tennis. I like tennis, boxing, blah, blah. But I love sports. So NFL playoffs is hot. The 2 TV shows, Insecure and Dexter, both shows that I've invested hours, not days, into in terms of just overall lifetime watch hours. So those 2 wrapping up, I definitely wanted to talk about. I also really want to get in. I just want to say a quick shout out to truck drivers. Shout out to all y'all out there just banging it. Appreciate all of the deliveries from the holidays and still getting at it. Truck drivers can't do nothing without them cats. So I just want to shout out to them. I'll probably do a segment on them next episode, next week. It was supposed to be in this one, but shout out truck drivers. Episode 37. Once again, thanks for watching. If you don't mind, hit the sub button, the like button, turn on them post noties, and as always, until the next one, I holla.